Yeah, up in here. Um, so, as is my custom, let me go ahead and begin this way. I'd like to express my deep and profound appreciation for In Touch News and the whole In Touch News organization. I like to call them family. Uh, I really want to express my appreciation to DJ CEO and Mrs. DJ CEO, aka Tampa Bay Tammy, for allowing this very dynamic platform to exist for the variety of programming and programmers it welcomes into the studio and to your ears, to your eyes. Just really want to appreciate uh, DJ CEO and Mrs. DJ CEO for making it happen. Uh, as also is my custom, gotta say how extremely appreciative I am to have the dopest, super duper producer in the background doing her thing, making the show and myself appear better each and every time we do this. At least that's what I think. You know, it looked better to me. Tell me what it looked like to you, I guess, if you call. Just wanna, DJ ANA is dope. She make it what it is up in here, up in here. Yo, you know how I go, right? So I do a show every week, every Tuesday, and then I go home and I live life, and stuff happens. Stuff don't never not happen. Stuff happens, and some of those things are worth remarking about when I return. Lately, we've been on this kick right here. Oh, I started this thing last week. I got to do this. Welcome to the Life Malcolm Show right here on In Touch News, and I am your host, Life Malcolm. Got to start doing that so y'all know who I am. I just be thinking y'all know already. You know what I mean? Like I've been around here for decades or something. And so yeah, I'm Life Malcolm. And let me tell you right off the top, you can type in stuff because I most times I see it these days. If you type something, I got my little machines around. I can, maybe vibe with you. But I really want you to call in and say, talk about it. Say what's on your mind. 813-444-9588. Right up, right. Look, you call and we will answer and we will talk. And I really want to talk to you because listen. So all right. Tell you what transpired since I last shared some time with you. This damn colonial virus, man. Everybody talking about this colonial virus. The Delta strand, now they got the damn Lamborghini variant, and I mean, they just, and everybody talking about this damn colonial virus. Don't know what the hell they talking about. Don't know what they is talking about. You hear me, Shawty? So, what I'm gonna do, just so you know, if you're tuning in before the show is over, not right now, but before the show is over, I'm going to reveal to you for the first time ever. I ain't never brought this out in public. So for the first time ever, I am going to reveal the supplement regimen that has provided for me a robust immune system, robust enough to beat back, defeat, set off put, prevent, and shut down all types of sicknesses, ailments, and diseases that I hear about other folk being afflicted with. I ain't, and yeah. So I'm gonna show you exactly, my whole thing. I'm gonna show it to you. And so I was thinking, right, since this is Black August, as we mentioned, maybe that was last week, maybe the week before. Yeah. So I think it was last week we talked about Black August, was it? So in Black August, in case you don't know, it's a time where, especially Africans who who have been a part of our revolutionary struggle for freedom, or in some form of fashion involved in the overall African liberation movement, whether in a revolutionary fashion or not, tend to celebrate somehow Black August, because so many tremendous events occurred in August for African people who were actively involved in the African liberation struggle, sometimes the armed front of the African liberation struggle as well. We talked about George Jackson, Jonathan Jackson, which in 1970 and 71, I think respectively. I don't forget which. How did I say that? So I say it over. So George Jackson, 1971, killed. Then Jonathan Jackson killed August 1970. Brothers. Jonathan Jackson, 17 years old, when he walked into Marin County Courthouse with his crew and announced they were taking over from here, and made a serious kind of expression against colonial oppression, at the Marin County Courthouse. And then, of course, the following year, almost a year to the day, not close to a year to the day, his brother George, who had politically educated Jonathan from a prison cell. George had been in prison all of Jonathan's life, at least most of it, and if not all of it. And from that prison cell, was able to not just organize himself. George not able to just organize himself and get his mind right as a political organizer and tremendous comrade in this struggle, but was able to, from that cell, politicize his brother in the type of way that made his brother courageous enough to make the bold stance he did. But anyway, so around after those. After the colonizer retaliated against those brothers for their courageous and righteous stances against colonialism, comrades who were trapped behind the wall at that time, being political prisoners, some even prisoners of war, began to celebrate African liberation struggles in August because of those two occasions, George and Jonathan's deaths, murders, and of course started reviewing the annals of time, and looked at the liberation struggle of the courageous people in Haiti, and definitely my thoughts and deep and profound expressions of concern are with all those who are personally affected by the natural occurrence in Haiti that caused the deaths of so many people, a lot of people, man. And so, if you're dealing with that, definitely, our concerns and thoughts are with you. But Haiti, is tremendous. Part of the African liberation history, because it was Haiti, of course, who were the first African people in the world to declare themselves independent from the oppression of the colonizer. And not only did they, free themselves, WREST themselves from colonial oppression, but offered asylum to other Africans who could escape the clutches of colonialism wherever they were, and also suggested that they would come help us get free if they could come and offer that type of help. So and then of course the Nat Turner rebellions, just a lot of stuff that happened in August, and we talked about that last week, Black August. So a lot of dying, murdering, killing, and a lot of fighting to stay alive and be free. And so it's in that vein, since we here faced in August, and this Black August 2021, faced with the colonial virus that's unfortunately killing a lot of us, and don't have to. So they say, and I don't know, so they say. It's people dying from something, I'll give them that. So, they say it's a colonial virus. It's colonialism. Maybe it is a colonial virus, but it's colonialism, maybe in the form of a virus killing us, and it's got a lot of people's attention, a lot of African people's attention. And so it's in that spirit of that type of colonial attack, and in the spirit of our ability to fight against such colonial attacks and win. I want to spend some time over the next couple weeks, this week and the next 2 weeks of August, sharing with y'all some tools that I've used over the course of time to fight. Like, I'm going to show y'all the ammo. So this week, I'm going to show y'all the supplements that I have used for over 2 decades. And, next week, I'm not sure what I'm going to bring in to show you. It might be my herb arsenal, show you what I put in my food, and then maybe the last week I might actually show y'all my menu, so you'll see what I eat, how I've eaten, and might even walk through a little progression of development over the course of time, so you'll see how that's unfolded. So yeah, okay. So what I wanted to say is what we've been doing here at the Life Malcolm Show. Something light, something heavy, and then we do a word from the word. And so we only got a few minutes before we go to break. So we're going to just kind of do something light. And then when we come back from break, I don't have guests in the studio today, but I did bring a message from a couple of guests that we couldn't get on live. And so we're going to use those messages as a basis to deal with something a little heavy. So today we might be doing something medium before we get to something heavy. It ain't exactly light. Oh no, we're gonna do something light right now before the break though. Listen, yo, did y'all see this gator? Y'all didn't see the gator? The gator, so I don't know what is wrong with your colonized counterparts, but why they want to mess with the animals? But this fool done somehow got his hand trapped in the gator's mouth. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know how it ended up. I couldn't watch the whole video, not because I couldn't, I had something to do, but he was, man, look here, another white man jumped on the gator's back, while the other white man arm in the gator's mouth. But yeah, so I just wanted to say to my people, sister African, brother African, look, I live around the corner from an alligator. I do. I ain't lying. I live over there in what they call Roberts Park, Seminole Heights, but over there in the park, it's a gator. Yeah, next week I'm gonna have the picture of the gator. So look, I don't have a picture of the big gator, but I have a picture of the baby gator. But guess what? If it's a baby gator in the pond, yeah, it wasn't like the creation where he just spoke the gator. No, hell no, the gator hatched, y'all. And so I live around the corner from a gator, and I would just say to you, my people, if you find yourself bored, short of something interesting and exciting to do, let the last thing you do to entertain yourself be fooling with the gator. All right, then. See, on that note, see you later, alligator. We'll be right back on the other side of the break. We about to talk about the colonial virus and the vaccination machinations right here on the Life Malcolm Show. See you on the other side.
Hey, this is Agent Wright, better known as Mr. Clean. You looking for some great barbecues? Come see them two brothers in the grill, located at 423 Virginia Street, Charleston, West Virginia. We got ribs, chicken, pulled pork, brisket, collard greens, mac and cheese, baby. Come get some and get you a nice, smooth cigar. 304-550-4431. That is 304-550-4431. Come get some, baby. The Rib Man, mama, the Rib Man.
We're playing your favorite old school. Today's R&B. With a smooth touch of jazz. You're listening to In Touch Radio.
All right. We back. Up in here. So, man, kind of wanted to tell y'all about, like I said, stuff that happened while, over the past few days since we were together. People talking about this coronavirus and the vaccinations and should you get it? Is it safe? And let me tell you. So, science is science. I know that's not saying much, right? But what I mean when I say that science is, like it's a process. Science is a process. That is, it's the process of observation and participation. The process of theory. Coming up with a theory, testing that theory, in other words, practicing that theory, and then based on your theory and your practice, making the necessary adjustments to get the results you want, especially if you don't get the results you want, right? That's science. That's all it is. Observation, participation, theory informing practice, practice informing theory. And speaking of informing, I'm your host, Life Malcolm, and this is the Life Malcolm Show. You can call in at 813-444-9588, and I hope you do, because let me tell you what happened over the week, man. All these people, so, you get on Facebook, and I've been, real serious about health and nutrition for quite some time now. I'm not a Johnny-come-lately to the game, and not that, I respect the Johnny come lately's. Welcome. About time. But I'm not, I've been in this thing for a minute. And so I find myself trying to chime in on the Facebook a little bit, tell people stuff, that I know, hoping that they can benefit from it. And so, man, I said something on the Instagram. I can't even remember what the post really said right now, but, man, my cousin don't respond and say, she gonna ask me, how do I expect people to want to follow me when I disrespect my elders or the elders on my platform, and with my disrespectful tone, right? I mean, you've been around me almost a year. It's coming up on a year. You've been around me for a few weeks. I ain't no disrespectful dude. I mean, that's just not how I roll. I ain't gotta be. You know what I mean? I ain't disrespectful. But if somebody thinks I'm disrespectful, that's important. And so, because I don't want to be wrong. I want to be, I think it's wrong to be disrespectful and talking a lot. That's I think it's disrespectful to be wrong and talking like that, but I said that's what I meant. Yeah. So I don't want to be wrong. I ain't got it. Like a friend of mine, Omawale K. Finn, used to say, tremendous revolutionary. I ain't got no stake in being wrong. So I asked my cousin on the thing, hey, tell me You know, what elders have been disrespecting? You know, help me out, right? So I can get right. I can no response for days. So, all right then, cuz, come on now. No. She gonna get. I mean, she called my mama. Even if she don't have my number, she got my mama number. She could have called me. She could have got my mama on the phone, got my number, called me. But she want to handle this in Instagram land. And then when I ask her to explain herself, she gonna clam up. Should have been quiet from jump. But okay, I remember what I said. The post said something like, if you had listened to what I said 20-something years ago, you wouldn't have this and that kind of problem. I look at you with your sick and scary ass, right? And I mean, look, people around here scared, and most of the people who scared sick. And there ain't nothing wrong with being scared, because I'm scared. I'm scared of people who ain't scared. You understand? Because if a person not scared, there's something wrong with them mentally. I hear people all the time talk about, I ain't got no fear. I ain't scared of nothing. I mean, it's probably used to be like that in my 20s too. But when you're 20, you're not the smartest kind of person. Really, I mean, you guess you're as smart as you can be for only 2 decades of living. But, courage is not being fearless. That's not courage. You don't have no baseline, no challenge. Courage is being confronted with something that gives you pause and pushing past that thing. That's courage. You dig? So, if I call you scared and you're scared, you're scared. And if I call you sick and you're sick, you're sick. And if I say that your ass should have listened to me 20 years ago so you wouldn't be sick and would not have to be scared of the colonial virus, it's not me being disrespectful, shawty. And my cousin just so happened to not be one of the healthiest people I know, right? Ain't gonna talk that, talk. So that's one thing that happened. I ain't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. Don't get on the face, on the, what I say the thing is, the Instagram. Don't get on the Instagram and be talking about me, shawty, unless you ready to talk. Speaking of talk, call me. Look, call the show. Talk that talk, man. Don't be scared, but don't be scared. Get over it. Be courageous. Be courageous. Be full of courage. Amen. And so that's one thing. Then I'd like to be a part of the community radio programs in the city. Some of them, at least. I hear some of them buck wilding. I ain't trying to be a part of that fiasco. But, it's one show that I tune into. My man Walter Smith, man. I hope DJ CEO don't mind me saying it, because it's just part of it's all community, man. But Walter Smith II, man, has been doing a tremendous job holding down Otis Anthony's spot on Sundays with a show he does called the Sunday Forum. He shouts us out too, though. So I mean, it's reciprocation, reciprocity is sacred, and so Walter Smith, I call in on the show, and express my so this is how it usually happens. I usually call in after a few callers, and this Sunday, and so like when I call in, I had the same kind of conversation when I call in. Like we ain't no hyphenated Africans. We are Africans. We're not no American African or whatever kind of stuff people say, right? I say we are. We got 5 minutes. I got to bring my guests on before we go, but I need to just kind of set this up because it's kind of leading in to what made me get these guests, at least these statements from our guests. So, yeah. So, this dude, who's a regular caller to the show as well, he calls in and say, and I talk about eating well and all this. So I don't care what you say about eating nuts and fruits and all this stuff, because that ain't none of that gonna help you. He talk. I can't really imitate. He got a little tenderness in his voice I don't have in mine, and but he got that real tender. You know what I mean. And he said, and I got the dialysis and I know the people gonna call in and would be talking about the hyphenated Africans and this and that. And so he talking about he ain't got the, like I said, he got the tenderness. He don't have the gall to say my name, right? But he gonna to talk about the hyphenated African eat fruits and that. So I called in and said, look, I'm not gonna take advice, no health advice from the sick guy. The dude that say he owned dialysis. I ain't been sick. Ain't had no cold. I had a flu one time. I can tell you exactly how I got it. I can tell you when and exactly how. Because I wasn't eating right, wasn't drinking my water, wasn't resting, let my immune system bust instead of be robust. And, the virus beat me up a little bit. But, I mean, man, and this dude got the gall to call in talking about if you eat the nuts and the fruits and the berries, it ain't going to work. Okay, yeah. So, listen. Speaking of that, we have a statement from the guest that I couldn't get on. This guest, you've seen him before, perhaps. He's a popular guy. He doesn't say much, but when he writes, his statements are quite eloquent. So we're gonna put up a statement from our friend. He hails from a town called South Park, and his name is Timmy. Timmy. So Timmy's first statement, Timmy wanted me to let you know that he agrees that your obesity, diabetes, hypertension, dialysis, congestive heart failure, fast food, cereals, and sodas are your personal business. And your vax and mask status is our personal business. He just wanted to be sure that you know that he understands that kind of stupid stuff. All your sickness is your business, but when it comes to masking and vaccine, it's all our business. Timmy agrees. Did we have Timmy's other statement? Okay, all right. So yeah, cause I'm gonna tell you what I'm glad Timmy. I don't agree, Timmy. By the way. I think that's crazy as hell. In my view, anything you do outside your house where I can see it is my business. If you bring your hypertensive ass out the house, your hypertension is my business. Did you fall out and have a stroke? You're going to want me to help, want me to call somebody or something. If you bring your obese ass out the house, especially when you wearing clothes that ain't flattering. Lord have mercy. It become my business. I got to explain this to my children. Why she look like that. Why he wearing that. It's my business. Okay, all right. Do we have Timmy's other statement? Okay, one more thing, Timmy. Before we go to break, Timmy sent us another statement. Timmy says that he agrees. Again, Timmy's very agreeable. He says he agrees that it's totally sensible that the people who ignored you when you told them to eat veggies, take vitamins, and drink water, it's totally sensible that they, when they ignored you, when you told them to, what do you say, eat veggies, take vitamins, and drink water, it's totally sensible that they get mad at you when they tell you to wear masks and get vaccinated and you ignore them. Yeah, it makes total sense. Timmy, so we appreciate Timmy, clap it up for Timmy sending in those statements, because they're very profound statements. Yeah, it makes total sense that the people I told, hey, take your vitamins, take your minerals, eat your vegetables, eat your fruits, get you some water, get you some rest. And they ignored me. And now that they sick and scared, they swear I need to get the mask and the vaccination, the imagination vaccination. I don't even know what the hell it is, right? And get mad at me when I ignore theirs. Well, I promise you I won't ignore you if you call in at the life. I know you don't want. I know you don't. I want you to call in. Listen, don't be brave. I want to tell you, don't be scared. You should be scared. If you don't know what you're talking about, you should be scared. That's all right though. We're gonna get you right here on the Life Malcolm. So we'll be back. Yeah.
Favorite old school. Today's R&B. With a smooth touch of jazz. You're listening to In Touch Radio.
Jacobs Production, in partnership with Trinity City of Praise and the African American Family Institute, presents a musical play, 10 Boys and One Girl, coming soon to the David A. Strauss Jr. Center for the Performing Arts, 1010 North Mercedes Place, Tampa, Florida, September the 18th, 2021. 2 p.m. matinee show, 7:30 p.m. late show, $25 general seating, VIP seating $50. You don't want to miss this powerful performance, a story of a man and woman raising 10 boys, 1 girl, through trial and obstacles. With resilience, faith, and love, they made it. Directed by Nate Jacobs of the West Coast Black Theater Troupe. Musical director Davon Jameson of Jacksonville, Florida. Tickets can be found at the Strass Center box office. For more information, call 813-229-7827. 10 boys, 1 girl, family strong.
All right. So listen. Back to the foolishness of the week. So yeah, all right. So my cousin started with it, and here come the dialysis dude with his little snide remarks, right? And so in that same show, no, it wasn't the show. It was on the, I think it was on the Facebook. Yeah, on the Facebook. Yeah. Some Facebook person asked the question, is the vaccine safe? I think you might say, is the shot safe? And the reality is nobody knows. It's impossible unless they can see the future. Like, ask them what the lottery number is then for the night. You know, not tomorrow, not yesterday, for tonight. You know, since they can predict the future, because this thing is younger than, it was on Facebook and on the show. Somebody called in and said, that our parents, since our parents got us vaccinated, what's wrong with us vaccinating our children and getting the vaccine? Something like that. But we have a guest. We're not gonna bring him on, but not right now. But we have a statement from a guest who addresses that. But I mean, all this kind of stuff been emerging on the Facebook, on the radio, and one sister say, is the thing safe, right? And so all these people responded. To my, yeah, I took I took it. It worked fine for me. I took it. I'm straight. I took it. I'm straight. And so me, man, just being nosy, had to go click on on their Facebook pictures. None of them people look healthy. None of them. And I say that not to pick on them. Although I'm not saying they should not be picked on. I'm simply saying I am not saying that they don't look healthy to pick on them. I'll tell you why I'm saying it. I don't believe that they would know if they had some adverse kind of reaction to the damn shot unless it was some extraordinarily adverse type of reaction. Because they can't feel good. I can look at them and tell they don't feel good. So they probably think it's business as usual. They got the jab and there's something going on. That's just my indigestion. Oh, that's just my pressure. Oh, that's just my allergies. Oh, that's good. Whatever. Just my hemorrhoids. Whatever. Foolishness they got going on. Because they already messed up. So they can't tell. So who the hell are these people to be giving the thumbs up? It's okay. I don't know if y'all heard me talk about, and I know if you're tuning in waiting for me to show my regimen, I'm going to show the regimen. If you're just tuning in, I've already made an announcement. I'm going to show my supplement regimen that I've been using to stay healthy. But let me go ahead and start making my way towards that point. Backing this up. So, yeah. Why should you care about my supplements? Like, who am I? What's my credentials? What's my proof? What I stand on? Well, I'm the guy who. So yeah, I don't think I can hurt nobody's feelings. Everybody already know. I ain't gonna. So over the course of time, I grew up in I'm 46. I grew up in, when I say grew up, I was like 18, 19, right around the time AIDS and HIV became this huge scare. Something like this colonial virus. It was a colonial virus of the 1980s and 90s. And you had the same dude, Dr. Fauci, telling y'all to take AZT, tearing y'all ass up. Not y'all listening to him again. I guess y'all don't recognize him. It's the same dude that was telling y'all that. And so during this period, people would say, get tested. They had testing places everywhere. Get tested, even if you don't feel like it. Get tested. I mean, like feel like you ill or nothing. Get tested. Then they say, have sex with condoms. If you're gonna have sex, have sex with condoms. If not, you're gonna get the AIDS or the HIV, right? And if not, you're gonna get some other kind of sexually transmitted disease. And then if you get that sexually transmitted disease, you probably gonna get the AIDS or the HIV. Had people scared to death. Condom sales shot through the roof, but people scared to death. And so I was one of the scared people. I had my, that was like a sign of responsibility, and astuteness to have your Jimmy hat with you, and make sure it was fresh. They started putting dates on the packages, you can't get to have a fresh one. And doing some reading and research, I discovered that a few things about condoms, but the most alarming life-shifting thing for me was, because they weren't the most comfortable kinds of thing. That mask wasn't the most comfortable kind of thing. So reading up on the information I learned in the early 90s, 92, 93, about sexually transmitted diseases and condoms is that, the most communicable, the at that time at least, I don't know if it's still the case. I don't know. I don't pay too much attention to that. But at that time, do you know what the most prevalently communicable disease? I don't know if I'm saying that right. But the disease that was most prevalently transmitted at that time was. Do you know what it was? Huh? That's a good guess though. Not far off. Nope. Herpes. Because it was like at that time it was like 5 times more communicable than the highest, the number 2 right behind it. And the reason why that caught my attention is for 2 reasons, and it makes sense because like they would tell you that you can have herpes and not have an outbreak and still transmit it. You see what I'm saying? So people don't, and it's transmitted by skin-to-skin contact, which condoms don't protect all the skin that y'all rubbing if you're doing that type of activity. And so, as my friend Fred would say, it dawned on me that it don't make no damn sense. I'm going through all this trouble to get these, condom things, And it's not going to protect me from the disease I have the highest chance of getting. It just didn't seem smart to me, so I said, got to be another way. And that's the 90s, right? 93, 94, man, this 2000, what, 21? Since then, condoms ain't been a part of my life. I mean, I can count on my hands. It might take both of them on my hands. The number of times I've used those things in 30 years. And ain't no shame. I would tell you, I have had the opportunity to spend intimate time with hundreds of women across the state, across the country, and in several places around the world. Never. No STDs. Never. No HIVs and AIDS. No. No pregnancies that the pull-out game works. 100% foolproof. Anybody tell you ain't is a lie. Is a lie. I got children, I know. Hey, I'm telling you, everything worked. So, that experiment with my body informed me that safe sex began with a healthy immune system, not no damn condom. They tell you this, look, the condom people tell you it ain't 100%. The condom can break, the condom this, that. All this kind of stuff can go wrong. They tell you about the microns. The microns, the diameter of the pores in the condom are 5 microns in diameter, and the HIV/AIDS virus is a micron in diameter, so it can still get through. All this kind of stuff. The only 100% guarantee safe sex is a healthy immune system. And so then I just applied that to the rest of my life. And lo and behold, no cold, no flu, no cancer. Oh, me. Let me tell you about me. You know what else I ain't done in 30 years? Ain't worn deodorant. I can count on my hands in less time than I use condoms. I've used deodorant in the past 30 years. Well, I say 30. I'm rounding up since whatever it is, 1995, whenever they were, whatever. Yeah, so I'm rounding up. What's that, like 26 years? So, have we've been around me for a while. You've been around me for a few. Have you smelled me stink? Huh? We done been close. Hug, right? Call in and tell me when you smelled me stink. If you ever smelled me stink, call in. Email me, write the station, and tell me when you smelled me stink. I ain't even bought no deodorant. But people rubbing this stuff under their arm and getting all kind of cancers, what have you, chemical this, chemical that. Know what I ain't done in 30-some years? I ain't used no fluoride. No fluoridated toothpaste for me. Yeah, no high blood pressure, no diabetes, no dialysis, no congestive heart failure, no, and everything with which I've been confronted. When I misbehaved and treated my body badly, undisciplined in my diet and my nutritional routine, your body gonna turn on you. Those are the times I had to wear the deodorant. Body say, hey, hey. Yeah, go to the store and buy a whole thing of deodorant I throw away in 2 days. Because I got to get right. And so I'm that guy. I'm the guy who's put my life on the line, put my body in the mix, theory and practice, observation and participation, and over 2.5 decades have come to a conclusion that nutritional health, healthy habits, the best prevention you got against whatever disease they got. Don't matter. See, like, all right, so we're going to take a break. Well, I got like, 5 seconds maybe? No? All right, we're going to take a break. then we're gonna come right back. It's the Life Malcolm Show, y'all. I done told y'all all my business. Y'all can at least call me and say something back. 813-444-9588. I'll holler at you.
Excuse me, but do this station keep you in touch? A lot. How do you like the music? A lot. Do they play your favorite songs? A lot. And in just 2 words, how do you like the station? A lot. There you have it, folks. The moral of the story is our listeners like us a lot. In touching you 24/7 on the World Wide Web. We're In Touch Radio.
Don't miss the first annual Amateur Grillers Cook-Off coming to the Tampa Bay area on Labor Day weekend, September the 5th. Hosted by the Dr. K.C. Patel High School, located at 10721 Rollison Ranch Road, right here in Tampa, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. There will be a $500 cash prize to the best amateur griller. If you feel that you've got the skills, then you need to bring your grill. It doesn't matter how big or how small. You can drive it up, push it up, pull it up, or even let grandma and grandpa help you set it up. Just bring the entire family out and enjoy some of the finest amateur grill meats. Sample the sauce and find out who has the best sauce. Bring your meat and put it on a plate, and let's see if you have what it takes. For vendors information, text 813-965-4456.
What I gotta move to. Okay? All right. We only got a little bit of time, so go ahead and break out my watch said I'm working out. I ain't working out. I'm just talking to y'all. I feel like workout. All right. 813-444-9588. This your last time to call before the show was over. I ain't taking no calls. If ain't nobody calling in the next 2 minutes, I ain't talking to nobody. We're just gonna finish it out. So, all right. So here it is. Told you what I was gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. This my secret weapon. I mean, my food game is tight. I don't eat no fast food, no frozen food, none of all that kind of foolishness. You know, I want to say no. I mean, generally speaking, of course, every now and then I might have a damn ice cream cone or something. I don't know, but I'm saying generally speaking, I'll be like, hey, you did have ice cream with me. Yeah, but I'm not into the gotcha games. Generally speaking, my food game is tight, but because I'm middle-aged, and because the soil is depleted of most of its minerals, and agriculturists, so-called farmers, would have you only replenish the soil, if you want to call it that, with nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, a formula called NPK. We light when it comes to minerals because the human body needs 90. You've heard me say this before if you ever tuned into the show. The human body needs 90 nutrients every day in their proper proportions. 60 vitamins. No, wrong. 60 minerals. 18 essential vitamins. 12 essential amino acids and something like 3 to 5 essential omega-3 fatty acids. Yeah. And so I ain't selling none of this. These people ain't paying me nothing. But I'm just sharing this with y'all so y'all know. This is my trace minerals. Back in the day, colloidal minerals was, people pushed colloidal minerals. Colloidal minerals aren't, my choice. Now they have fluvic minerals. I'm not sure how those work, but for almost 30 years, I've used trace minerals, ionic minerals, as a source, as a supplemental source to make sure I get my minerals. This is my zinc, and the zinc, for me, of course, it's a good mineral, but I need it because of my carpal tunnel syndrome. I used to be a mason by trade. I build buildings and stuff like that. And so over the course of time, man, I've, done some nerve damage to to my wrists areas and stuff like that. But I've been able to. I mean, I had like 30% feeling in these three fingers. Anybody who's had carpal tunnel know what I'm talking about too. And something like maybe 25% here. So right now these days I'm about 99% here and like 90% here. You know, some of it's just physical. Just can't get past it. But as far as repairing the nerves and doing the work, got that right here. What we got here? The vitamin B. That's the antioxidants. Yeah. So that's my antioxidants. Of course, every day I eat the rainbow, shawty. I eat the rainbow. You know, when I say I eat the rainbow, that means that I get all of my colors of the rainbow in my diet on a daily basis. What are the colors of the rainbow, you ask? Roy G. Biv, you remember that? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, right? So Roy G. Biv, every day. You say, well, what's red? Tomatoes, strawberries, cherries. What's blue? Blueberries. What's yellow? Banana, squash. What's green? Greens. I mean, that's the easy one, right? Well, what's violet? Hell, cabbage. You know, you got some violet cabbage out there, eggplant, something like that. You know, so you can get it in. Orange, of course, oranges. That's easy. So you can get it in. This is my vitamin B12, right? This B12. Oh, I didn't bring my B6. But anyway, I do take a vitamin B. Oh yeah, that's a secret weapon. I do not a secret weapon, but something else I want to share. So yeah, take my B6 and my B12. Of course, the B6 and B12 also, along with the zinc, help to repair and maintain nerve health. So again, because of the carpal tunnel stuff, and of course, I mean, I told you about flying out the car, breaking my neck, and all that stuff. So helps with my nerve health. And this, of course, vitamin D3. You cannot, if you're an African in this country, if you call it that, you can't get enough vitamin D2 from the sun, especially if you work inside. And so we, have to get vitamin D3 supplements, which of course converts into the, D2 converts into the D3 that we need. So since we can't get D2 to get the D3, you can supplement with your vitamin D. And this is my multivitamin with all this stuff in it. And, this just kind of kick it up. This is my booster right here, so I stay boosted. And because life love the childrens, we got that for the childrens. The childrens eat that. And, they might get a little sniffle here and there because they showed up don't eat like me. But, they, for the most part, man, they healthy as can be. Tall, happy, healthy, all that. So, yeah, that's what we do. All right. So, quick message from our other guest. We, couldn't get him on the show. But it's me. This is what I do. This is what I've been doing every day. No medical insurance. Nah, this right here. I don't know where that money go when you send it off and don't never use it. It's my insurance right here. So, got my guest, my man Patrick. You might know Patrick. My children told me that we should get a statement from Patrick, so we got Patrick on. And again, this is based on people trying to tell me what the hell to do. They ain't done nothing for themselves, but they gonna tell me what I should do for them. So I talked to my children about it. They said Patrick might have something to say. So Patrick sends us a statement and says, he's trying to figure out this kind of stuff that people say about, your parents got you vaccinated in the 70s and the 80s and what have you. So Patrick says, so since my parents, who only had access to a black and white TV with 5 stations, who had no encyclopedia, no computers, no internet, no cell phones, limited access to vitamins, minerals, fruits, and veggies, since they got me vaccinated in the 70s and the 80s, I should dose myself and my children in 2021. Okay. He thinks he got it. He says, brilliant. Since your parents, I don't know about y'all, my parents, we had a black and white TV. We had 5 stations. Channel 2 sometimes used to come in, but we had Channel 8, Channel 10, Channel 13, Channel 28, and Channel 44. And Channel 22, not 2, Channel 22. That's what we had. Yeah. And my mother made it to high school, graduated high school. My father didn't make it to the 3rd grade. My grandmother didn't graduate high school until I was born. She was born 1914. I was born 1975. We didn't have cable, didn't have encyclopedias, didn't have no damn internet. And my mother paid for me to go to private school all my life. And I got a few degrees, but I'm only supposed to be as smart as she was back then. And I got cell phones, computers, internet, hella books, degrees, and that makes sense to you? You don't think your mama and your daddy want you to be better and smarter than them? And let me tell you, on top of that, smarty, some of my parents ain't taking the dose. So hell, if I thought they had a good idea back then, why shouldn't I think they have a good idea now? So yeah, I think Patrick had one more message for us. Let me see. Yeah. So Patrick said, now this is a good one, because some people have been saying on the internet, on the same radio show, this dude, he's supposed to he worked with the CDC. Now, he ain't say if he was the janitor or what, but he worked with the CDC for many years, and he said that the people who get the dose, just because they have side effects and die from the dose, that they're not dying from the dose. They dying from underlying other underlying causes and conditions, whatever the hell they talking about. So Patrick caught wind of that, and Patrick says, so, just because you die shortly after you get the dose, it doesn't mean you died from the dose. But if you die shortly after you get COVID, it means you died from getting COVID. Okay, think I got it. Yeah, so thank you, Patrick, for sending that in. Yeah, I'm gonna just tell you that none of that shit make no sense. Yeah, if you take the dose and then you die, but you didn't die from the dose, you died from an underlying condition. What make you think if you get the COVID and you die, you ain't died from some underlying condition? My people, okay, so we got almost time to go, so let me give you, I got 2 minutes. A word from the word. I'm going to be brief. If you have your Bibles, turn with us to Acts chapter 3 and verse 2. Chapter 3, verse 2. And a certain man lame from his mother's womb was carried, whom they laid daily at the gate of the temple, which is called Beautiful, to ask alms of them that entered into the temple. Alms, that's that cheddar. Bread, get that paper. And he saw Peter, the lame man. Be some lame people around here. And they when they see you, they want something from you. So, but they all the time don't want what you have to give. And so the old lame ass man, saw Peter and John about to go into the temple and asked them for some alms. And Peter looked at him right in the eye and said, fastened his eyes upon him with John. He said, look on us. Look on us. And he gave heed unto them. This is the lame man now. He paying attention, gave heed unto them, expecting to receive something from them. And then Peter said, silver and gold have I none, but such as I have give I thee. In the name of Jesus Christ, rise up and walk. My people, you ain't gonna see me on the internet flossing no big cars and no big house and no flashing no money and no jewelry, and that ain't how I ain't got it. Number one, hell, let me tell you that. You think you gonna catch me out here with it? I ain't got it. All mine go to vitamins and minerals. So all that material stuff that have I not. But what I do have, I give it to thee. My people, rise up. Walk with me. And kick colonial virus in the ass, y'all. I promise you, look, I promise you, whatever you think is wrong with you, we can fix it. Now, try me. That's all I can tell you. I'll be right here next week if you got something to say about it. My name is Life Malcolm. This has been the Life Malcolm Show. Appreciate you.